What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? Back at it for another video. Yeah. So listen, before we even start, I'm gonna crack open this box of this new tarot card deck. And mind you, tonight is my third tarot class. I think we're gonna go into astrology and kind of come full circle with the whole thing. But I'm gonna get deeper into the dreams on this session, this video. But I want to draw a card for everybody. I haven't been using this deck yet because I've been kind of letting it air out. But we're gonna draw a card here for everyone, and then we're gonna start the video. So let's get into it. What does Spirit have for everyone? Give me a card, Spirit, for the collective, for all of us watching this video. Hit me with a card, and it fell right out, guys. Fell right out. And it is a cool looking card, let me just tell you. 5 of Cups. Look at that, man. That's so badass. And this should look really good in 4K. Because now we're videoing in 4K. I actually figured that part out. I want to try to figure out again. I haven't had real much time to play around with the camera, but the auto's focus and the background blur, which we'll work on. And I'm going to start recording the other video series now that I got this all situated. I just want to get the camera figured out. But yeah, here you go. 5 of Cups, guys. So whatever you get from it, drop it in the comments. If you don't want to, keep it to yourself. Either way, it's all good. Love you all either way. But yeah, that's the card we have today. And the card I drew earlier for myself from the other deck, from the Rider-Waite deck, was this one. So you get an idea, perspective. And yeah, man, let's put it back and let's get into it. I want to talk a little bit about what's been going on with me and what I've been experiencing as of late. And I've been hearing a lot of people talk about us being able to release in dreams. Our body essentially is going through like a release of some sort of potential situation we had maybe been in the past and never had time to process it, and it's happening in our dreams. And I've been getting these downloads, and connecting me to certain situations. And let me tell you, like the last week, and I spoke about it on a previous video, my father's been coming in, but I kind of don't remember if I had told you guys anything essentially what was happening, but I came to find out that he was trying to show me, and again, I don't remember if I said it in yesterday's video or not, but he was showing me that he's here. He's always around me. I just ask for guidance, ask for help. I did mention to you yesterday about asking for your angels' guidance, your help from your angels, just asking for help. And what was interesting that happened to me this morning, and mind you, I've mentioned to you what my practice is. I wake up, I meditate, and then I do a guided meditation, and then I go into breath work, and then I do a couple yoga positions that I'm going to get back more into as time goes on, as I get more flexible, because I'm working on my stretching, which is extremely important because my hamstrings are super tight, and it's affected my back over the years. So now I've been getting assistance with stretching, and it's improved dramatically. But I realize that if you don't continue and you stop, you kind of go backwards in that sense, because the muscles are very unforgiving. And it goes for the gym too, or any kind of exercise. If you stop for a long period of time, you revert back. And then you got to really kind of start back from square one. So, you know, stretching is really important, and it will go back if you don't continue it. And as we get older, we need to stretch and be flexible. It's extremely important. And I'll talk more about what happened to me over the years and how it led to this and whatnot, but that's for another video. So it's funny because the camera is now forcing me to keep these videos shorter, like around 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Otherwise, the recording stops. So yeah, you won't get any longer videos as long as they're in this. I'm recording on this camera. Anyways, getting back to it. So what I experienced this morning, which, mind you, this person has come up multiple times from my past, and I knew it was him. I knew it was him with his energy. I didn't see like the facial expressions or the hair or anything like that, but I knew it was him by his energy. Not only did I know it was him, but I knew my dad was there and his presence were there. And I told you it's funny because as I'm recording this video, I'm facing this photo of my father that I placed there like a couple days ago or a week ago. I found it when I was going through old stuff that I'm donating and clearing out as we move into spring, which I'll get into on another video too. I've kind of been doing sort of a spring cleaning in the winter. And as we're leading into spring, I'm clearing out more and more. And I just went and filled my trunk up and donated a bunch of stuff. And I also had a whole trunk full of papers that I just took and had them shredded. Yeah, it costed me some money to do, but I thought to myself, man, the amount of hours, somebody put this to my mind and it made so much sense, and I thank them and I'm so truly grateful because yes, it cost me money to go over there and shred it at a store versus sitting here waiting. I mean, let me just tell you, the amount of paper that I had from I don't know how many years of taxes and all kinds of stuff was 120 pounds. Literally was 120 pounds. I mean, I literally felt it when I was pushing the cart into the store. And when they weighed everything, it came out to 120 pounds. I mean, imagine having that, and it filled up my whole SUV trunk. And I felt so much lighter when I brought it there and I was putting it in the garbage can through this little slit after they weighed each box. And it maybe took me like 15, 20 minutes versus if I would have sat at home shredding 120 pounds of paper, it would have taken me weeks. Yeah, it costed me $100-something for that 120 pounds. But the amount of time I saved that I cannot get back. When I was shredding in Florida, the weeks and weeks and weeks it took me to shred, hours and hours, all day long, to go through boxes and boxes and boxes. I am so relieved and so much lighter after doing that. Yeah, it cost me money, but I was standing there pushing it into the thing and I was saying to myself, okay, this box is 49 pounds, but which 99 cents per pound. But the little time that I spent to do that and prepare it and then bring it to the store and have them do it, that they're going to just dump in a large machine and requires no energy versus the energy that I put in and consumed in, that now I get to save because I can't get back if I was to sit there and waiting for the shredder to cool down and then putting more in and then it has to cool down and then emptying the bucket and then dumping it. And this is just so much more worth it. So much more worth it. And now I didn't waste all that time. So yeah, I just wanted to drop that little, we're starting to realize the value we bring and our worth. And like, we're finding that the things that, and mind you, that option wouldn't have come up 5 years ago when I was doing it in Florida, because I wasn't at the conscious level I'm at now. And I wasn't at the point where I knew the value and my worth of myself and my time and how valuable my time is. And do you value your time like that, because we can't get time back. Once we've wasted it, that's the end of it. But we can make the money back. The money can be made back. It's energy, it follows us. I'm getting chills as I speak about this because I have gotten to a place where I value my time, I value my energy, I value everything about myself. And whether or not I'm going to do the things, I'm going to put that time into that, or whether I'm not going to, because I understand my worth and value. I digress because I'm going off topic of what I came on here to talk about, but this is very important for somebody because the message is coming through. And you have to start looking at the things you do on a daily basis, and are they worth your time? Because you cannot get that time back. I've spoken about this on other videos on this channel, but somebody needs to hear this message. You cannot get that time back. And you have to think about what I'm doing, whether it be for a job and the amount of money that you're making in that job. Are you worth that value? Is your value worth what you're making at that job? Or do you have to think about something else? Because we cannot get that time back. And the sad thing is, all of us, all of humanity has been valuing money more than we value ourselves. And that's sad. Because money is just energy, just like we're energy. Everything here is energy, even like this pillow behind me, and Kermit the Frog, and this picture. It's energy. It will be destroyed at one point in time, whether through a natural disaster, whether through the earth doing cleansing and everything just being poof gone. It will be destroyed at one point, and it will be energy once again, just like we are. You know, just like we will decay when we transition over back to the spiritual realm. Our bodies will decay, and they will go into the earth, and they will transform into something else. You know, and just like my father's body, you know, decayed and is transformed into something else. You know, that is the evolution of life. That is the circle of life. That is what happens. And that includes every single thing. A glass bottle of water, you know, a cup. It all transforms into something else eventually. You know, and we have to understand that and realize that. And just like the paper that that had writing on it, had ink on it, I took it, I brought it to the store, I put it in these locked containers, and it's going to be shredded into a different form. And then what's going to happen to it? It's probably going to be recycled and go back into the earth, right? So we have to realize that everything on this planet is going to transform into something else than what it was created as. And it's a beautiful thing if you really think about it. We're always transforming. We can never be destroyed, and that's the beautiful thing about it. If you look at it like that, you won't fear death. You won't fear the unknown of what happens to you when you leave. Maybe you're going to question it, because I do. Maybe you're truth seeking, because I do. But you're not going to fear the fact that you don't know, you don't remember what happens when you die. And you're not really dying if you think about it. Your body is just, it's time. And the body was used for a certain period of time to get you around on this planet, and just your vessel. And mind you, you want to take care of it, obviously, so that you have a healthy life while you're using that body. But the body will eventually decay and will transform into something else. Maybe it will transform into a tree or a rock or the grass or the land, you know, or this pillow behind me, you know, who knows? But so yeah, it was really interesting, and I drove away feeling so much lighter. especially when I came back and I picked up a whole trunk full of stuff I wanted to donate. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do it today. And I did it. I drove back and I went to this other place to donate, and I donated a bunch of stuff, and I felt much lighter, and I felt much better, and I felt much freer. Not only 120 pounds of paper, but also things that I was never going to use and that somebody else now can use, because one person's junk is another person's treasure. And that always holds true, and they loved everything I brought there. And now somebody else will get to experience those items that I never was going to use, that were going to just sit there and just take up space. And now I feel freer and lighter and just so much better after I dropped it off, you know, and that somebody else is going to use those clothes. Somebody else is going to use those golf clubs that I never planned on using. My father never planned on using, but he wanted to keep them, but never planned on using them. You know, and a bunch of other stuff that will never get used by me or anybody else that is associated with me. So the best thing to do is just donate it. If you're never going to use it, or it's just sitting around for long periods of time, energy, I mean, items, material things are energy, and they take up space not only in your physical space, but also within you, because it's energy. So you have to let that stuff go to lighten your load, to free more backpacks off your back, so to speak, metaphorically, you know. So, but anyways, getting back to this dream, I realized in the dream, man, that he has been coming up for the past week or more. Not only my father, but this other person that my dad was involved with too. And he knew this other person too. And he was involved in certain ways, which I don't want to talk about at this point or go into detail with that at this moment. But he knew this individual, and he interacted with this individual, and I had conflict with this individual. And it's nobody that's in my life currently at this point, or in anybody of the immediate present people that are in my life. It's somebody that goes way, way back, more than 10 years back, more than 15 or 20 years back. And we had a lot of conflict. And we resolved it over speaking like last year at some point. But there must have been still some unresolved stuff within my body that I hadn't released or processed, because that happens. And when we were still friends and in contact, or whatever you want to call it, we didn't resolve it at that time. And it was very tumultuous. And I literally, the last couple days, I noticed when I see what would happen is I wake up, I meditate, then I go into like a guided meditation, and then from the what's been happening to me in the guided meditation, which I think is intentional by my higher self, is I'm going back into like a deep trance, dream state, and it feels like forever in the dream state, but it's not, because when I come back to consciousness and I look at the time, it didn't not much time really went by, but I was deep in trance, into a dream state, and it felt like real, like vivid, like really, really vivid, like I was physically there, like I sensed my dad's energy, but his body wasn't physically there in the dream, which is what I explained to you guys yesterday. But I realized that he's telling me in the dream that because I've been told by a lot of tarot readers to pay attention to your dreams, and I'm starting to realize that he's showing me that he's around, and all I have to do is ask. By him not being there physically in the dream, but yet I can sense his energy, and I know it's him. It's a no-brainer that he's here with me right now as I'm recording this video. And I got the word yes. It just came through. So he's here with me while I'm recording this video. And I'm getting chills as I say that, because he is. Hey Dad, what's going on, man? I love you, man. I'm getting massive chills, guys. So he's here, man. He's sitting right next to me, and I'm getting confirmation of that. So that's pretty awesome, man, as I'm recording this video, you know. And it's funny because my eyes keep going to his photo. So that was pretty badass, man. And I feel the chills, man. And you know what? Actually, today's Wednesday, and the medium that I spoke with said he's around on Wednesday, big time. And I'm going to be the one that connects with him. And I just got confirmation that he is, and I am the one that connects with him. So I love that this is happening on the video as I'm recording it, because I wanted him on this channel. I wanted to interview him on this channel. I wanted us to do many videos together. It just never happened, and that's okay. He's here now, and he's coming through, and it's pretty badass, man. And I'm gonna title this video after you, Dad. I'll get the video title after I'm done with the video, but we're getting close to having to wrap this up, and this is a perfect way to end it. But I can tell you this right now, that the gentleman that was coming through, we most likely, and yes, I'm getting confirmation, we didn't fully clear, I didn't fully clear everything out of the body. I didn't process everything because it happened so fast, and it was over a good 15-20 years of shit that we, but it wasn't until later on in the relationship that we were having difficulty between us, you know. But we had like over 20-year relationship, and it wasn't later on until we started having difficulty and conflict and arguments and all kinds of things. So where I'm going with the video is we're processing not only through crying, through going to the bathroom, number 2, like pooping, and that's a release. A release is crying. A release is going to the bathroom. And now I'm finding out through downloads, much more downloads, that we're releasing also through the dream state. That's where the body can release a lot more, because there's no ego involved. The ego is left when you fall asleep. So what's interesting is I've been doing these guided meditations, and that's when I go into that deep state, that dream state. I fall back asleep into the dream state, and it makes a lot of sense because now I'm in that deep dream state, and like the ego can't try to stop the release, or the, you know, of whatever you're releasing in that. And what was interesting is, in the dream this morning, early in the wee hours, I remember telling the therapist that I was talking to this morning that all I remembered later on, that I got really angry and I was yelling at the top of my lungs in the dream, and he was there. And I don't remember what I was yelling about, but I remember I was yelling, and my father's energy was there, but he wasn't in the, like, next to us or around us, but there was 2 other people physically there. I don't know who they were, aside from that other person that I was just talking about. So it was a release, and I woke up and my body was shaking. And that's the same type of shaking I was having for the last couple years. And that was the same type of shaking I was having when I was talking about certain people and certain situations in therapy. And it happened today, and my body was shaking in the therapy session, and that is a release. And it's happened now multiple times when I woke up from the dream in the wee hours of the morning, and my body was shaking, like my upper body. So it was a release, and I'm getting chills, and it's a confirmation. These are you know, truth bumps, and I'm getting it. I'm feeling it in the body. It's telling me, yes, this has been a release. You've been releasing stuff. And your dad was there to confirm that he is with you all the time and around you. Just ask for his help. Just ask. That's all I have to do is ask. And he will be there. And he will be around. And he will come. But today, I was told from the medium Wednesdays, and boom, he's here with me during this video as we're recording it. How amazing. How powerful. This video is so powerful, and whoever is meant to watch it is going to see it. And is going to really feel whatever they're going through, that somebody that they lost is around them. They just have to ask, and they're always there. I love you all so much. I hope you got something out of this. Just ask for your angels. Just ask for your guides. Ask for your guardian angels. They're protecting you. They're guiding you. They're always around. Just ask. I love you all so much. From my heart to yours. Please like, please share, please comment, please subscribe, so we can get this video out to people that don't think that there is angels and guardians and their loved ones are around them, because they are. We need to get the messages around so people can reconnect with the spirit realm and not forget that they are guided and they are protected all the time. No matter what, even if you're in a bad situation, you're still being guided. You're still being protected, but you have to ask. They cannot just come in with the free will we have and the freedom of choice. They cannot come in and just come in and make whatever and help in any way they can. They want to, but they can't. So you have to ask. So just ask for help and guidance, and you will get it. I promise you that. I love you all so much. Please like, please subscribe, please share, please comment. This was a beautiful transmission. I hope you got something out of it. And if you don't, that's okay too. Comment how you felt about it. And if you feel connected to the spirit realm, and if you feel like they came down, they come down to you when you need help, please help somebody by commenting your experiences. I love you all so much. Take care. From my heart to yours. Let's go, Wisdom Warriors. We got this.